But anyway, they opened up with Cena and Austin Theory for the U.S. title. And I think that was probably the best decision because the people, right off the bat, they're seeing one of the major stars. They want to see John Cena. At the same time, he's able to be in as advantageous a spot as possible to get the maximum response because they haven't seen anything yet. Because John's, he's coming there to do business for him, to get a guy like Austin Theory over to do business for WrestleMania, but at the same time, he can't be going out there and taking fucking flips through tables and shit because he's a goddamn movie star. So they had a match, and it was good that they were able to have a match before people had seen a bunch of other chaos. And when John comes out on stage with the Make-A-Wish kids, I mean, how could you not like that? He's literally done over 600 of them, the most Make-A-Wishes ever from anybody.
He's the ultimate babyface.
Yeah, I mean, and he generally, he does that. He wants to do that. You could do some for publicity or whatever, but to do 600, you're doing something on purpose. And, I think it was perfect Theory and Cena because if this was the much vaunted OVW class of 2002, Austin Theory would be the John Cena. Think about it. He would, of anybody currently in the WWE who kind of parallels, he's in great physical condition. He's a natural in the ring. He's more natural as a worker than John. He's not as natural as natural at speaking as John was, but they're close to the same age as John was when he was here in Louisville, as Theory is now. And if I had Theory in OVW, he would be my OVW champion. As a heel, he'd be my top guy. So there's kind of a parallel, and it was interesting in seeing a guy come along that, 20 years later is kind of in the same spot and about to go probably in the same direction. And I like the way that they worked this because they just needed enough of John to do a couple of things at the start, and then Theory cuts him off so he can fight from underneath because it's about the Theory. And John sells well and fires up from underneath well, but Theory stayed in control, and he was taking his time. He wasn't rushing. He was working the people. He wasn't going 100 miles an hour. And that, I think, registered. And he did the biting thing. To take over on John, he bit Cena's ear and then got on him. And then later on, when Cena got him in the STF, he bit his hand to get out of it because he's being a heel. And every once in a while,
or an AEW agent.
Well, there you go. But, so Austin Steele. So anyway, John would get a hope spot, but then he'd get shut back down. But of course, he was directing the traffic in this. And that's the one thing about John. He's not a ventriloquist, is he? When he calls something,
he's always been bad about that.
Yeah. If the other guy doesn't hear it, the people in the front row can fill him in. Anyway, finally, John makes the big comeback, goes for what they rename the FU, the attitude adjustment, but they bump the referee. Cena gets the STF. Theory is tapping, but there's no referee. John gets up, see where the referee's at. Goes back to Theory. Theory hits the fucking nut shot. Boom. And then picks him up and hits his finish. A-Town down. 1, 2, 3. Theory beats Cena. And at least it's good to know that they agreed with us that that's the thing they should do because that was pretty much the thing they needed to do. And I didn't think that John would come back just to beat this guy. And also after that promo. See, remember, now the promo makes more sense where he just fucking tore him up one side and down the other. And I said, Jesus Christ. After that, Theory better win. Well, he was going to, and now we know that. So not a good opener and a big step for Austin Theory.
Good opener. Nice entrance for Cena. It actually really was nice to see those kids and how happy they were on that stage and how much time he gave to them.
Can you imagine being that age and whatever they've gone through and then being out there with your favorite wrestling star in that biggest stadium with 80,000, well, not 80, with 60-something thousand declared as 80,000 people watching you? That had to be great.
Cena naturally looked older than he has, and a lot of people have been focusing on the bald spot. He didn't have a tan, but obviously he wasn't coming back to work a full-time thing or even a part-time thing. It was just to set up this match and have this match, and he's put over Austin Theory. So I guess the big question is, will Cena ever wrestle again? Because a lot of people seem to think that his 5-knuckle shuffle was the last time we will ever see that.
Oh, fuck.
And then where do we go now with Theory?
John Cena is not going to not ever wrestle again. It's not a regular thing, but how old is he now? Is he past 45?
John Cena is 45 years old.
Okay, he's going to wrestle again for several $1 million someplace. But he's still an attraction because it's not often and it's not done to death. I'm glad you mentioned that. He could have done a spray on tan. That wouldn't have taken up a lot of time, but it may have helped him a little bit. But otherwise than that, he stays in good shape, and he got the point across here.